Alright. Let's see. Yeah, I still have to kill throwing mobs. I guess I'll do that. Might as well. Hello, Thrice. Hello. We're gonna change that. Yeah. Alright, surely this time, right before maintenance, there's not gonna be too many people, right? I believe it. I'll go in the usual spot. Anyone here? As well? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll check up here. And if there's no one, I'll just switch to PvE, I guess. One Asmo. There's one Ilios here. I want PvE. PvE tab, whatever. This guy doesn't look very feisty. And he plays Cleric, so... yeah, no. Off to a terrible start for this guy. You know, I'm gonna stay on PvE tab and I'm gonna... I'll switch to PvE skills as well. Just a second. Go to hyper. Alright. Watch as I get attacked by 50 million people because I just switched to PvE. Oh, there's a guy here already. Although it is a Templar, 5th class. Oh, it's a ranger actually. I mean, can probably just kill this guy with PvE, right? Yeah. Gotta enjoy killing rangers while I can, man. I'm not gonna be able to do that after the patch. Yeah, this patch is gonna be an interesting one. It's like... It is looking like somewhat of a cleric. I mean, it's not really a cleric buff. We'll have to see how the, you know, consecutive thing works for Healing Light. Like, it might make Healing Light spammable again, although the cost is that you have to get Healing Light to level 20, which I am prepared. I have a card. I have an Arcana, which I can switch to have a level 20 Healing Light. But, you know. On the flip side, Ranger is getting its dick sucked this patch, and is now an impossible matchup for Cleric. Another one. You won't be able to heal yourself against Ranger anymore. Very cool. I don't even think it's on the Stingray, man. I think it's on a basic skill, right? Same as Sork. Incredible. I mean, I don't even want to complain, right? Because I do think having anti-heals in the game is healthy. it's just tough to agree with that when life leech is still completely unfucking changed, man. Like actually completely asinine. Honestly, I might just fucking farm until the maintenance. Like, I might as well. I think I'm missing one potential stone to enhance my Tribunus Guard, one extra step. So, how many dungeons do I have technically left to run? Yeah, technically 30. Technically. I do have some extra dungeons I can run on my Templar, but I mean, if I don't run them this week, I'm gonna run them next week, you know what I mean? Shy with the massive even. Prime. Appreciate it. We like a primer in these parts. But yeah, I started doing a bit of a go through of my current arcanas. I do have a plan. I should be able to have my PvE Arcana set next week. It's gonna depend on the... which one is it again? It's the skill, right? Yeah, I'm missing the skill. So, but I don't need any specific skills on the skill because my skill is purely PvP right now. So I guess I'll just like craft a random fucking skill, not even level it, and just use it for the insane PvE damage boost set effect, right? Still evening? Yeah, it sure is. It's a nice day today. It's a nice day. But yeah, I do have a plan for PvE. I have one card that is decent for PvP that I managed to level up, and it's actually like a very usable level up. Now it's gonna depend on how my parchment and skill does, but it looks usable, and at the bare minimum I'm gonna be able to use it after the healing light change for this patch, so that's nice. So yeah, next week we are getting a buff to the Arcana drop rate. So hopefully it's going to be a bit easier to replace stuff. Obviously scales are still going to be a pain in the ass, but I mean that's kind of par for the course, right? It is what it is. But yeah, stuff is planned. Stuff is planned. But I did talk about it, but I am giving up on the Horned Dragon Mace entirely. Like, I flipped the coin, I failed, it is what it is. I can't really afford to do it again, so I'm gonna focus on the other stuff until the end of the season, and then come season 4, when the bound mats are coming back, when the price of stuff is going down a little bit, maybe I will go for it again, but right now it would be very ill-advised for me to do it because I am out of bound egos and the price of mats is skyrocketing. So now is a really bad time for me to be attempting again. So yeah, it is what it is. Now I will be rerolling my Yellowstone slot on my Ludra Mace to get precision, which I'm gonna basically lose like 100 block in PvP. But I do need the precision for crit in PvE. So yeah, it's a sacrifice I'm gonna have to make because I didn't get the mace. But what can you do, right? Wise choice, yeah. I mean, it's you just gotta learn to take the L, you know. It's also like if I want to go for the mace again, it means holding my transfers until I get it, and I can't do that. So I actually went forward and I bought my Tribunus Guard, upgraded it, etc., etc. So now that's done, right? And next I'll go for the High Commander, right? Yes, can't even fucking target. There you go. Yes, taunt. Cool. Oh yeah, like that's kind of what I'm going for right now. So it's going to be Arcana upgrade next week, and yeah, just soulbind adjustments. Basically, like what my money is going to go to the next 2 weeks before the new, well, I guess the next week before the next Sanctuary is going to be purely for soulbind, more specifically PvE soulbind fixing. Because my PvE soulbinds do need a lot of adjustment. Like I need precision on the mace, as I said. I need to get smite on the head, and I need to roll crit on basically everything. So yeah, that's gonna be the next order of business. You know, because Sanctuary is coming out, that's gonna be the priority, right? So yeah, I'm probably gonna be buying a lot of golds, converting them into orange soulbind stones, and praying that the game doesn't fuck me repeatedly. Now, thankfully, golds are really inexpensive on the Ancient House, so you're really only paying for the price of the conversion to orange stones, right? Hello, defeat. But, you know, it's still gonna be... You're still looking at, like... how much was it again? It's like 600k per reroll on average, right? So, yeah. Hopefully, within the allowance I have next week, that's gonna be enough to get that done. Hopefully. At least I got percent attack on the legs the other day, you know? Like, in the after the tragedy that was the mace crafting, at least I got percent attack on the legs afterwards. I'm gonna be able to fill in the filler slot on that as well. I do need soul codexes. I need to do more sugar. I haven't played at all the last 2 days, so I have my sugars up full again. XD. But you know. I'm also probably... I guess fucking seriously, like the game's about to go into maintenance. Like, are we dead ass right now? Ah yes, I'm taunted. Are you gonna craft again? No. I'm giving up. As I said, it's useless. Like, at this point I've run out of bound mats, like I've run out of egos, and the price of the crafting mats have gone up fairly significantly because everyone's trying to craft now. So it would be ill-advised for me to try again. Like, it would be very, very costly. And it's also holding my transfers until I get it done for until the end of the season. So, as I said, I'm giving up on the Horned Dragon Mace until Season 4. And for the time being, I'm gonna work on the other stuff that I need to work on. It is what it is. I played and I lost. But yeah, sometimes you gotta learn when to cut your losses, and now is definitely one of those times. Like, it would take me around 3 weeks to get enough resources back to attempt again, right? And that's 3 weeks where I would make 0 progression, especially with the new Sanctuary coming out, right? And that would be 3 weeks where I can't transfer anything since I've had the PvP upgrades planned as well. So yeah, that's not possible. Not really reasonable for me to do. Like, I don't RNT, and I don't play a class that can farm easily, etc, etc, right? Oh yeah, nah. Nah. But yeah, Season 4, I'll be back. And who knows, maybe things will have changed by the time Season 4 rolls out, you know? I mean, it's gonna be a level cap increase, right? So there's probably gonna be a fresh batch of new stuff as well. You never know. I mean, actually, I guess actually like the gear we have is not like level bound, really. It's, I mean, there is a required level, but it's eye level at the end of the day, so who knows if the new stuff is gonna be immediately stronger. Probably not. We're probably gonna get like a batch of dungeon gear that's gonna, you know, be closer to the level of Emperor. So like 6 high level higher. But they're probably gonna be like marginal upgrades. How they will tune new region content? I have no idea, honestly. I mean, I just wonder if they're gonna actually do like a full reset, considering we've already had like 3 of those. Like, I don't know. What is so special about Horned Dragon? Higher stats and then dungeon weapon? Yeah, I mean, basically I have Ludra right now, right? And Ludra is close in terms of like the base stats. Like, basically with Horned I would have like 200 more attack, which is nice, but it's not a huge game changer. The main difference is the soulbind amount. Like, with Horned Dragon, basically I would have 2 extra soulbinds, which would allow me to get the stats I'm missing on my weapon. Like, I would be able to retain block, but I would also be able to have damage boost and precision, which was the main reason why I was looking to make it. Because unless you have a Horned Dragon weapon, you can't have capped precision, right? And since I'm really missing crit, it would have been really nice to have. But alas, a scaled open world by level but not high level could either make a sub hard reset by providing gear closer to current dungeon gear. Yeah, but the thing is, like, they can't really bring up the power creep too much either, right? Because people keep having to farm gear, it keeps resetting. Everyone like dislikes the fact that the game is resetting so often, right? They can't do like a hard reset. Does that route just lock us out of the region if you don't reach a certain high level? I mean, I could see that. Like, they are doing this with the Abyss. Each time new Daven board, it's basically board reset to farm. The Daven board is okay. Why is it not? I think the Daven board is okay because at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, the Davian board is just like, it's just raw stats, right? It's raw stats that cancels each other out, and there's no pay to win or anything, right? So it kind of doesn't do anything. And can these people just fuck off already? It's the same duo that just goes around, like... Right, like the board is basically just... It's their way to give us a reason to keep farming the most recent content, right? Until you're done with the board. So honestly, I think the boards are whatever. I think they're fine. It's an okay way to increase our power creep, to make us scale to the latest content and so on and so forth. What do you mean conditions haven't been met? What? Oh, okay, sure. Honestly, like, the most annoying thing so far has been the Arcana. Like, having to refarm Arcanas, like, every 2 months, given how insanely RNG the system is, like, that is a bit annoying. Like, something needs to give with the Arcana, man. I can already tell you the system is not gonna make it to the West the way it is. It's too many layers of RNG. Too many layers of RNG on gated content, of all things. Like, gated and you know, RNG based content to reach the RNG part. Like, what the fuck? Like, the skill leveling is too much. If we Like, either let us select the skills and then have the leveling be RNG, or have it be the other way, right? But like, this is insane. Imagine trying to farm a good scale, dude. Every skill is RNG, you don't get to pick any of them, right? It includes every single skill and passives in the game, and then the leveling is RNG. Like, good luck. And also, the leveling is incredibly slow on scales. Incredibly slow. Like, thousands upon thousands of cards to figure out whether you're getting fucked or not. And I wish it had a whole point attribution system like they did with Arcdeva stuff. Yeah. Like a proper specking, right? Yeah. Like right now it's too heavy-handed on the RNG, right? Really separate effect and skill levels. I mean that's another one that is yeah. I mean that's on one hand it's one way to balance out the set effects, right? Like if you want a certain set effects, then you have to go for the worst god stat, I guess. But yeah, it's kind of insane. Like the amount of shit that is tied to Arcana and how RNG all of it is, right? But yeah, hopefully we will settle with the current cards for a little bit. Hopefully. I mean, the thing is, right, is Season 4 is going to be the level cap increase. So, with the level cap increase, they have to perform some sort of, like, soft reset on the content, right? So it means we're probably just going to have another set of Arcanas and everything in 2 months, right? Again. It makes sense. But my god. Too fast. Also, still no PvP ways to farm Arcanas, even though there are PvP specific Arcanas, which is crazy. Keep resetting is pure grind, yeah. It's okay. You see, the problem with Arcanas is that it's borrowed power, right? It is borrowed power, and with the flip of a switch, they can make all of your grind for that borrowed power gone. Like we need Arcana inheritance. You know what I mean? Like yes, they can add some sort of caveat, but we still have to farm a bit. But let's say, if you get an Arcana that has the same skills as the one you have, you should be able to inherit the skills. Like the skill levels, you know what I mean? At least that, right? I think that would be reasonable, right? Like let's say I have a skill with, I don't know, Judgment Thunder, Healing Light, Light of Recovery, and Immortal Veil, right? At level 3, 2, 4, 1, right? And, right, 1 Paradise, so. And I get this exact scale from the new dungeon. With those same skills, I should be able to inherit to get the skill levels and not have to go through the leveling again, right? They should break Arcanas into 2 different systems entirely. I mean, yeah, but the problem is that it's too late already. I mean, I guess, technically speaking, they still could, right? Like, they could break it down into 2 systems and then they just give you... Like, basically, they keep the Arcanas for the skills, and they just, like, let us keep the Arcanas, but then they bring up something else for the set effects and the god stats, right? But to be fair, the splitting stuff is kind of already what they're trying to do, right? Because the new... whatchamacallit? The new Sanctuary, right, is gonna give a new accessory, the Brooch. And to me, this means there won't be bracelets. To me, this means that they're going to split Sanctuary between bracelets and Brooch, and they're going to alternate between them, right? Something like that, right? So, you know, they could do more stuff like that, but then again, I think the game has enough fucking systems. I think the game has enough. Like, they should just, like, use already existing stuff, if anything. Yeah, it's making a lot more sense why all of these people have fully potentialed up orange gear, considering you can buy pilot services to get potential stones. Hello, Mandy. Oh no, we can swap skill levels between presets. Feel odd to have their levels change between sets due to arcanas. Yeah. Yeah, I mean overall it's so, because you have to farm 2 full sets of arcanas, right? Especially now that there is a very distinct PvE and PvP set in the arcana now. So maybe back then you could argue, oh whatever, like it's such a minute difference. Now you have to separate them, right? So yeah, the grind for arcanas is a bit crazy. Like, I don't mind it, it's just that it resets too often. Like, this is the type of stuff, you know, like, it's the type of system that if it was in Iron 1, you would have to farm once and then never again, right? But in this game, we've had to farm it 3 times already. Yeah, and CPP players, yeah. What can you do? At least they are slowing down the whole like crafted gear thing with the new sanctuary, so. When we see amulet system from Lost Ark one day, I mean, that's another thing they could expand on, by the way. The amulet. Which they probably will with the expansion, to be fair, but the amulet and the belts are such nothing slots, right? The stuff the belt provides is not even like that good either. Like, it's nice, but you know. Yeah, it's such a nothing slot. Guess I can go check over there if the slot is open. Yeah, let me go check. It's usually taken because it's such a nice, like a good farming spot, but I can see. But yeah, 1 potential stone and this guard will have 7.5 PvP attack bonus. Oh, it's actually not taken. Look at that. Well, okay, there's 1 guy here actually. Okay, well, there's 2 guys. Never mind, it is taken. There's 3 guys. Unfortunate. But look at this cleric not moving from the same slot. I'm sure he's legally farming. Would you further enhance your faded armor to breakthrough 2? Yes. That was my initial plan until I decided to craft my Horn Dragon Mace. The extra HP will be welcome in PvE, so I will do that. But as I said, I'm gonna focus on the Soul Bind first. Try to sort everything out on that front. Bare minimum, I need to sort out precision on my mace, and I need to get some crit. So yeah, it shouldn't be too difficult to get. Like, all of those stats are fairly high percent chance, but you never know. You just never know with this game, do you? So yeah, since I've given up on the Horn Dragon Mace, I will be doing this until the end of the season. Like, basically my goal for the rest of the season, like the month that's left, is Soul Binds and breakthrough on the armor. That's it. PvP, there's no more goals. I'm not gonna finish my hack and the piece this season anyways. So PvP is basically like left to rot for now. Not that it deserves an upgrade anyways, because my class is so ass, right? So. How do you compare Iron 1 versus Iron 2? Is it fun to play? I'm Iron retired veteran. Iron 2 is a streamlined Iron 1 with significantly better PvE, but significantly worse PvP. Is it fun? Yes. Does it have problems? Yes. Does Iron 2 completely retire Iron 1 as a game? No. Does Iron 1 completely retire as an Iron 2 as a game? No. They just provide different stuff. Already bracelet 2, I'm hoping to get it tomorrow. I mean, obviously, if I get it, that's going to be my new priority, right? But I'm not really expecting to get it. It's one of those things where if it has to happen, eventually it will happen, right? But I'm not going to be hard-pressed about it. I do think the new Sanctuary is not going to give a bracelet, though, so... The hunt for Faded is basically not going to end. Even when the new Sanctuary comes out. Oh yeah, sugar game. I guess I actually have to do that because my keys are full. Let me get out. Yo, Assalon. Thank you for the raid. Appreciate it. Build the craft? Yeah. That was 2 days ago, but you know. Condolences. It is what it is. Sometimes you play and you lose. But as I've said, I'm not gonna attempt again. That explain why you weren't online. I mean, I never stream on Mondays, right? And I had planned for Monday, so you know. Like it's, you know, I'm very persistent. Like I have a high tolerance to bullshit. So it's not really the type of stuff that would put me down. Now it is a bummer, right? It is a bummer, but what can you do? At the end of the day, the majority of people would just RMT and buy the weapon. Considering like RMTing the weapon is like 20 bucks right now, but yeah, I'm just gonna let it go and move on to other goals until season 4. What craft did you try? Horn Dragon Mace. Gonna make some food? Alright, take it easy, brother. Thanks for the host. And welcome everyone to the depression stream. Oh yeah, basically I'm gonna be farming the Abyss for potential stones until the maintenance, and then we're gonna go through the patch notes together. And that is the goal for today. So take a seat. Was it craft his Horn spellbook yesterday? RNG life is unfair. You failed it? Yes, I failed it. It didn't even really leave me a chance either. It just went like straight orange, like complete failure. They didn't really leave any hope. But yeah, I'm out of bound mats at this point, so, and the mats have risen up in price, so yeah, I'm not gonna attempt it again. Want to play so bad? I mean, you can play on Taiwan and just chill. But for the majority of people, I would honestly tell you to wait until global. Like, I think the Taiwanese version is not worth playing, genuinely. That's why I'm hesitant to craft my guard. Yeah, I mean, that's just how it is, right? Now, to me, the reason why I wanted to craft the weapon is because I am really missing a lot of crit in PvE, and the only way to cap precision is with a Horn Dragon Mace, right? The Horn Dragon weapon, right? And also, because I have the Ludra Mace, I'm missing 2 Soulbind slots, which means I'm missing out on damage boost and precision, right? So that's why I wanted to make it. It wasn't meant to be. Failing it would probably make me rage quit. It is what it is, right? It is your prerogative. At the end of the day, if you really don't want to try it, you have the option to just not buy the mats, save up money, and just buy the finished product. Is it going to be twice as expensive? Yes. But at least you're not going to go through the emotional warfare that is crafting one of these. Did you craft the weapon? I crafted it 2 days ago and I failed.
Mistakes cost points. Moving on to the next round.
Is the YouTube title not updated?
For collecting balloons, Nyerk.
It should be, right?
You have 8 seconds to get the balloons and return to the correct tile.
But yeah, again, it is what it is, right?
Nyerk, memorize the positions of the tiles and balloons together, Nyerk. We'll speed up from here on, Nyerk.
And that's not gonna me swipe. It's not going to make me swipe, right? I'm just gonna go on with the plans.
Tiles, Nyerk. Here's the answer, Nyerk.
Saving up for the weapon is way more expensive than the mats. Yeah, it is, but here's the thing. If you fail the craft once, you're already at a deficit for attempting it again.
Balloons in the tiles, Nyerk.
Especially if you have to buy some of the, you know, the actual building mats. Like, assuming you don't have like 100 each bound mat, like,
Round
sitting somewhere. That's just, that's what it is, right?
Look out for the balloons in the tiles, Nyerk.
Because like one attempt is like 300 mil or something, right? And the finished weapon is like basically that already on the market.
Round 6.
See. Yeah, this one is 380, this one is 360, this one is straight up 300. Like, this is as expensive as crafting it right now. So, yeah.
Here's the answer.
And then you just upgrade for 100 mil, and bam, 400 mil, you have your splendid weapon
Round 6.
ready to go. Because, like, the price of everything has risen up, like, a lot. All of these, like, this is 2 mil, right?
Look out for the balloons
And
in the tiles,
this is 1.7 mil, this is 400k, right? So, yeah.
Here's the
Hello,
answer,
Sakura.
Nyerk.
I missed the stream notification. It is what it is. It's not like there's gonna be much happening today. Like, I'm just going to do some Abyss farming
Keep going.
into reading the patch note, being depressed that Gladiator and Assassin are unchanged, and that Life Leech is still untouched.
Tiles, Nyerk.
And that's gonna be the stream.
Since it's the last round, I'll give you extra time to grab the balloons, Nyerk.
The big one's gonna be tomorrow.
Good work, every Nyerk. See you next time, Nyerk.
Gladiator and Assassin actually got a buff. I don't think they did. I looked at the preliminary patch note, and Gladiator didn't get anything, and Assassin was not even mentioned in the notes. Ranger got buffed though. Oh, what the fuck? Why do I only have 2? Did someone fuck up? I guess someone fucked up. Well, it is what it is. Oh yeah, someone fucked up. Cool. Great. How much Kina do you think you can farm in a week, just wondering for global? I mean, with the current state of dungeons, you can farm like 100 mil. But, you know, if you max out every ult, everything, multiple sanctuary runs. That's something tuning so much complex than Iron 1. It's not more complex. It's just more bloated. That's about it. Let me read the notes. I saw the preliminary patch note earlier on the thing. That's... I mean, yeah, I saw that. Also, it's a picture. I can't even right-click translate it. So. But yeah, Ranger got a massive buff. Cleric got a nothing burger buff. Assassin's not even in the notes. You would be stoked about the Ranger buffs. Another OP class to worry about. Yeah. I mean, they basically made Ranger unbeatable as a Cleric because of the anti-heal, which just throw it on the pile, I guess. Whatever. I mean, again, PvP doesn't matter for me right now anyways. Like, my class just loses to everyone, so it doesn't matter. Gladiator was only bug fixes? Yeah. Like, the only real, like, the only actual buff in all of this is Ranger. And it's a fairly massive one. AI translation gave me this. I mean, someone can confirm or deny in chat. But Sakura is able to read the text, and he said that it was only bug fixes. So, which VPN is the best to play on Taiwan? It entirely depends on your ISP, your region, so on and so forth. Like for me, it's lag go fast. For some people, it's exit lag. No ping is never going to be good because no ping has a big problem with server transitions. But yeah, like these two are basically the ones that seem to be the best for people. Alright. Can we get the potential stud that I need to get my next level on my god before the patch? Oh god, dude. I'm in PvE gear, brother. Well, I guess we're killing this guy in PvE. Or maybe not. This guy's a juiced 4th class, I guess. Cool. Guess I'll just farm on PvP then. You would think at this point of the day nobody would be farming the Abyss, but guess not. I think I had lag go fast, but often best routes were not available. Yeah, I mean for me it's just that lag go fast is the only stable one. Exit lag has like very laggy and unstable nodes for me. Lag go fast is very stable. I don't see any glad buffs. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just AI being a fantastic tool once again. What a great thing AI is, right? How do we farm Kina nowadays after all those old nerfs? The old nerf has been reversed. So here's your answer. Look at this guy's gear. Isn't Taiwan a wonderful place? 4th class, just auntie the entire gear, dude. And thank you, Duke, for the prime. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. But yeah, like with dungeon farming, between your main and your ult, you're basically able to farm around 100 million Kina per week. Just from raw Kina from dungeon, right? And then you can factor in stuff, you know, essential trial, farming, like just grinding mobs, etc, etc. Orbitals if you sell mana stones, which I should be doing actually, but I still need a couple of closet things. Yeah, I guess we'll just stick to farming PvP gear. Do you actually have to gear ult nowadays? Around 2k still enough? Yeah, you kinda have to. Because they buffed the amount of Kinas earned from dungeons, but only the most recent ones. Like AK, the endgame ones, right? So at the bare minimum, you want your ult to be capable of doing full star dungeons. So around 3k eye level. Like 180k combat power, around that. Ideally even more, right? Because if you do hard mode, or if you do 5-star, you get even more Kina. Evasion Ranger, huh? Well, not really, I guess. He's out of combat, but I'm not. What a great system that is. I can't tell what the Gladiator big fucks are. I don't play Gladiator. Might be the knockdown bug. Oh, you think so? I mean, might be, yeah. Is Glad capable of knocking you down even on the Defiance immunity? Probably not, right? So many golds, but none of them are potential stones. 17 more minutes of farming. And we get it. Man, I'm actually running out of mana. How can I write? Yeah, it's right. Oh, right, I lost the MP reduction node in PvP. That's what it is. Well, what can you do? At least I have my healing light ready. But I guess Koreans are just not complaining about the life leech, right? Which is kind of crazy because I do jump into Korean streams every now and again, and they are struggling because of the life leech as well. Like, I watched a full group of people not be able to kill an assassin because the assassin was hitting a Templar and he was healing to full, like 24/7, and they could just not kill the guy. So I'm pretty sure like Koreans are having the same problems. But somehow it's just not getting patched. Yeah, I don't know. And I'm taunted. Maybe they just like it that way. I mean, I guess when you browse through Korean streams, right, like the overwhelming majority of them play Glad, Assassin, Ranger, and these are the classes constantly getting buffed. So, you know, maybe NCSoft just looks at the streamers, and as long as the streamers are happy, then they don't really look at anything else. Maybe, I don't know. That is an awfully high amount of clerics, randomly. It is funny though how, I don't know, PvP felt better when the TTK was stupid. Because of the life leech stuff. Because at least people were capable of killing each other. Not so much anymore. Not so much. Watch me just never get engaged again, now that I'm coming in PvP. You know what, actually? Yeah, I'll go back to PvE. It's just so much faster. Even if I get fucked for it, so be it. Guy above me. Well, he didn't stop. Potential stones are such a fickle thing. Why minus 400 million Kina? I think you were there for that, Sir Garrick. I'm you know, and Hello Alte. I think you were around where the incident happened. Bro's just reminding you, true. Lest you forget. What did you spend a 300 million? Did you buy it? No, I spent the 300 million in the mats that broke when I failed the mace. That is you know, it's a sizable enough amount of money to be reminiscing in it 2 days later. Especially since I haven't played the game since, so yeah. But again, it is what it is. It is what it is. I just hope I won't like further fall behind in the like in case the Emperor weapon isn't too difficult to make, right? Because, you know, if it's actually very makeable, then I'll be losing out on that as well. Since, as I said, I'm not going to be attempting to craft it again, so yeah. How come my Legion quit after failing a craft? It was not even a red weapon, it was a yellow one. Yeah, I mean, again, as I said, right? I just have a higher tolerance to bullshit than a lot of people. So, you know. Contra Trans 4? We're not. I mean, yeah, hopefully we can knock these out of the way fast. Because, like, next week should be a chill week for me, right? Like, the patch note video is going to be very mild, and there's not going to be new content, so basically I don't really have any videos planned for next week. So I'm probably just going to use next week to work on some asset updating for the stream, right? Potentially update the alert pop-up, as well as maybe make new emotes, stuff like that. That's about it. In this case, the thing is, just after I failed, they announced the 100% method. Well, that's unfortunate. I mean, to be fair, right? I did fail a dozen of Dark Dragon crafts as well. Right before they added the guaranteed craft, but you know. No matter how much time you got, Plug Transfer is Plug Transfer? Yeah, I know. I didn't even have time to switch to PvP gear. How into guaranteed craft this season? What do I use it on? You don't really have a reason to use it anymore. Like, at this stage of the game, if you've been keeping up, like, there's really nothing, like, crafting gold stuff is not really something you do at this point. Can you switch while in combat? You can, as long as your stigmas are not in cooldown. Which is why I'm not using any stigma skills when I'm farming on PvE in the Abyss, but yeah, this guy's a bit too geared. Like, the problem is that I mean, the problems are twofold with me in PvP right now. Like, number one, obviously, my class sucks ass in PvP right now. But also, I don't have any orange gear in PvP, and, you know, I have failed my only crafting attempt for that. And also, people have potential and I don't, because people are just buying RMT services to farm potential stones for them. So yeah, I'm pretty behind in PvP right now. Like, basically half of the fucking top of the ranking as a high commander guard with max potential, which is an insane power spike in PvP. Yeah, I'm just still going through the motions. At this point, I don't even know why, but I'm doing it. And that's all that matters. Oh yeah, by the way, if you haven't already, don't forget to spend all of your limes before the server go down, because the event will be ending. So you have 5 minutes to do that. Really hard to stop RMT. I mean, yeah. It's not just RMT, right? It's the piloting stuff, the milking stuff, right? Because I mean, when you look at the potential stones and the ranking, like these are just piloting and whatchamacallit, and milking, right? And no MMO has ever been able to stop these. Doesn't matter which one it is. So yeah. You can't stop people who are not willing to play within the rules. And especially on Taiwan, on the Taiwanese server. Or should I say the Chinese server, because it might as well be a fucking Chinese server. Considering the Chinese population on it. Considering these people like find it normal to cheat and RMT, the overwhelming majority is just doing it. Like, on my server, right, they had an argument in LFG all day today about the fact that swiping and paying for pilots doesn't give you a big enough advantage, and this game is bad because of it. That's just the Chinese mentality. Potential still selling is funny. The world gets in a group of ranger slaves that found me to this, and the world AFK. Yeah. And they just use the dice roll stuff, right? To give it to them. I mean, it's merking, right? Like, this is merking. And it's not even expensive. Like, it was like 5 million for one stone. That's nothing. Like 50 mil and you have a piece fully potentialed up. That is nothing. That's less than enhancement, but it gives you more. But yeah, if you don't pay for these services, you have to grind unhealthy amounts in the Abyss. It's a Chinese way. Free Ranger found the shit fast, yep. I mean, that's why this type of stuff should have never been a grind, because it was obviously always going to... It was always going to give an advantage to people botting and people buying merc services. Like, this should have been a gated quest of sorts. Like, just, you know, part of your progression. If you want to make it a mob grind, go ahead, right? Cool. Couldn't even switch to my PvP gear because Trinials put my skills in cooldown. But if you want to make it a mob grind, sure, but make the reward be part of a quest, not a direct drop from mobs, because you're going to create these problems otherwise. Like, NCSoft just doesn't seem to be getting the memo. Like, I don't really understand how they've been running Iron 1. How many years has it been at this point? 17, 18, right? They've been running Iron 1 for this long. They have made these exact mistakes on Iron 1 already, right? They've made them. And yet, they are just repeating them again. And it's the same people who made Iron 1 who are making Iron 2. I just don't get it. Looking at about Taiwan phone, why is this game environment this ass? All the comments were the Chinese, yeah. Pretty much, which is why like global is gonna be a much better environment. And if I'm gonna be honest, even if you are a player that has similar or slightly better ping on Taiwan, you should be playing on global instead. Because this like Taiwan is rotten to the core, and the Chinese players are to blame. Like it's gonna be like all problems aside, everything aside, right? It's gonna be a very different game on global because the Chinese won't be there. Taiwan is on timer. I mean, the Chinese players are gonna stay on it. Oh, there we go. There it is. All right. Well, let me pull it up. All right. Like, the Taiwanese server is not going to die anytime soon, right? But if you have the option to play somewhere else, you should play somewhere else. That is for sure. Because it's fucking rotten to the core. Yeah, I'm already on the page. Just translating it and then I'll bring it up. I mean, I'm assuming it's going to be the same notes, right? Global who have Russians though, not Chinese, but somewhat close to that. At least the Russians will have high ping. And also, the Russians are not as bad. Trust me. I have experienced Russians a lot. And they're nowhere near as bad as those people. Like, the Chinese community is actually fucking rotten. And I genuinely despise the way they play the game. There we go. Alright. Alright, so, I mean, there's already a couple of different things, actually. So, Transcendence. Ranking points that can be obtained by clearing second and third tier Transcendence are increased, okay? Previously earned ranking points will be maintained, be applied from the time of date. The probability of obtaining high-grade Arcana from the odd energy cube is increased, yeah. So basically, across the board, like, the new gold cards are significantly higher rates. And on stage 4, it's a 100% chance to get gold cards. So yeah, it's still gonna be ass, but it's gonna be like less ass. I don't know. Abyss, when dealing damage, restoring a contribution, real time. Okay. Yeah, so that's just a contribution change. Still not the class-based one, so that's useless. Abyss Arena Battlefield reduces healing from 50% to 40%, so yeah, this is a light buff to Cleric and Enchanter, but it's not really... Basically, this might seem good. It functionally doesn't do anything, because most of the classes in the game have anti-heals that push you past 100% anyways. So, against these classes, you're still not going to be able to heal yourself. And namely, Ranger is actually getting buffed to have a permanent anti-heal, so you won't be able to heal yourself against Ranger after this patch, so it's a nothing burger. Okay, that's a bug fix. That's a bug fix. Yeah, okay. Wall effect is not affected by blocking and avoidance neglect effect. So it's a gladiator buff, actually. Yeah. As far as I understand, the knockback was not always applied when you had the node that ignored evasion and block. So yeah. And the rest is just like, yeah, tooltip fix. Patronage. Well, they buffed the healing debuff on the Martian's Wrath. Oh, is it Martian's Wrath? Is this Chanta? Oh god, these transitions are so bad, dude. Okay, so same bug as Gladiator. That's Templar? Okay, that's Templar. Templar had a healing debuff? Okay, well. Cool. So Templar's healing debuff is stronger. Cool. And slight animation buff as well. Alice, that's Ranger. Mother Nature's Protests. 25% chance that 30% of the damage you receive will be restored to life. XD. So basically, Ranger is getting built-in, like, built-in Timu endurance into Mother Nature's. Cool. Yeah, let's make, you know, let's make the glass cannon classes tankier and have more sustain. Why not? Explosion arrow, shock system, damage increase effects, target is bondage. So now it's going to deal increased damage to targets in ether hold. Or is it, okay, is bondage ether hold or is it seal? It might be seal actually, so yeah. So the damage is going to be increased during seal instead of sun, I guess. Low root, I suppose. Oh, it could be that as well, yeah. Could be root. Could be root. Those translations are actually fucking ass. Additional 10% increase in damage subject to slowdown and bondage. Additional 20% chance to start slowdown bondage. Okay, so it's across the board. Like basically Ranger is going to be doing a lot more damage on bound targets. Spicy translations, yeah. All arrow. Reduce healing during bleeding condition. Additional 50% added is yeah, okay. Overlap with the effect of reducing the amount of healing received by the fierce attack of paternal weakness and a magical flame explosion. Yeah, okay. So Ranger is getting a 50% basically permanent healing reduction because this is up all the time, right? This is God, what's the name again? It's not Gale Arrow. It's the one that has a 5-second cooldown that basically has no cooldown. But yeah, basically perma healing reduction on Ranger. If you play Chanter or you play Cleric, you cannot beat Ranger anymore. Drill dot, there you go. That's the one. Like if you play Cleric or Chanter, you can't beat Ranger anymore. So GG's. What's new for the Gladiator? Bug fixes. That's it. Aiming arrow. Precision increased damage occurring from 20% to 35%? Really? Okay. Shackle arrow has a 25% extra chance to bind against players. Okay. Resistance, increased impact meter resistance has been added and numbers have been adjusted. Okay, so they are getting more status effect resist. That's a contract, right? Okay. Yeah, so insane Ranger buff. Ranger is getting a lot of damage. It's getting a permanent anti-heal, more chance to root, and more status effect resist. Cool. I mean, Ranger was already an impossible matchup for Cleric. If the Ranger had, you know, at least a little bit of gear, but now it's actually completely impossible. Like, completely impossible. You can't even heal yourself against a Ranger anymore. Cool. Hoveseon. Yeah, that's just a tooltip fix. Fixing issue where certain skills would be used while on the seal. Well, there you go. So we assumed this was a buff, but nope. It was just an oversight. That's what I said, right? Why can't I read the patch? It's on the Korean website. On my Discord, you can find it in AION info. So yeah, Cleric was able to use Radiant Recovery while Seal since the last patch, but they are reverting it. So yeah. Cool. So yeah, Radiant Recovery has a 2-second CD reduction. It functionally does nothing. And Healing Light now has a spec that allows it to cast it twice. So basically now you're gonna need to invest into Healing Light at level 20 to be able to have like half of the speed you had before the nerf. So yeah. I hope you didn't already refarm your Arcanas because you're gonna have to refarm them again to get this. So basically Cleric gets a dick in the ass and then gets a bug fix that actually hurts it. As usual. Spirit Master, the taunt is nerfed from 3 to 2 seconds. This doesn't do anything because a Spirit Master that knows how to play the game can just permanently lock you in a taunt status anyways. So, you know, maybe it's gonna be a bit better if you're fighting a bad SM, but, you know. Like, right now, for anybody who doesn't know, SM can just, like, infinitely cycle through Earth Spirit and put you in a taunt lock, which you can't get out of. And I've gotten taunted up to 16 seconds on time in a row without being able to act. So maybe this is gonna give you a window of opportunity. I mean, with ping, I don't think it's gonna allow you to do that, but it's something, I guess. Flame Harpoon, reduction of amount of healing exchange that does not overlap with the evasion. Yeah, okay, so it's just, yeah, basically they can't stack healing reduction anymore, but it doesn't matter because a single healing reduction already puts you past the 100% anyways because of the PvP area reduction. Doesn't matter. Basically the same effect as Gladiator's spin lock back then. Kinda, yeah. I mean, Gladiator was worse, arguably, because Gladiator didn't really require to do anything. Yeah, you just held down the button. Okay, so they're selling a new skin, new helmet, new pet, new wings, washing machine glad, yeah. Engraving related instructions added to the factorial production UI. Reinforcement. Can you change the Discord link because it is old? Is it? It should be a permanent one. It should be a permalink. But I mean, I'll fix it after stream if it doesn't work. Like, I only have one link active for the Discord, and it's a permanent one. Doesn't work? Okay, well, I can just make a link for you. There you go. Oh my fucking god. It logged me out of Twitch again. Okay, hold on. Hold up. There you go. That's a fresh link, so it should work. Yes, there's a UI update. That's a UI update as well. Fix an issue. Foreign printing could not be performed infinitely. Okay. Oh, these are just bug fixes so far. Developers starting facing updates, good for them. Content rush is bad for both player and devs to keep them burnout. I mean, yeah. I mean, they have to eventually, right? It's also pretty obvious that Season 1 and Season 2, like, they already had the content, like, under wraps. So they were able to just release it and still work on the game. But as of Season 3, it's obvious maybe they still have a couple of things, like, ready, but they have to work on the game, right? So, works now? Alright. Stories. Okay, well, the flowers on Robston are gonna disappear, thank god. And also arrange to boss battles. I mean, it was a fun bug, but barely anyone was utilizing it. I don't think they needed to fix that, to be honest. Thanks for the follow, Halo. Oh, Halo, I should say. Invisible coming after the path, and then I shoot a mirror and the damage disappearing data is fixed. Okay, yeah, that's good. I mean, it was a rare bug, but yeah, that was. Yeah, these are just bug fixes, like really mild bug fixes. Fixed an issue, a sound control set when using someone else's stealth affected me. Yeah. So this is basically, if you've noticed, sometimes in the Abyss, the sound would get muffled. That was basically you hearing the muffled sound of an assassin being in stealth close to you. So, that was fixed. or Dramatafix XD. Yeah. Okay, I guess that's it. That's it for this patch. I mean, it's a small one, obviously, as predicted. Do I even make a video for this? Like, it's basically just, hello, welcome to the video. Ranger got its dick sucked. See you next week. Like, that's gonna be the video. I mean, I guess I can. I mean, I guess, okay, it's gonna depend on whether we get anything from the data mine or not. Yeah, you know what? If we get some decent stuff from the data mine, I'll make a video. If we don't, I won't. I'll just wait until next week. But yeah, I guess that's it, huh? Can have facts with our video. I mean, you can just post it on the next one. Wondering if it's worth crafting the Wise Dragon gear on Global. Really should wear any gold dungeon piece I get. Yeah, it's gonna be worth it. Like, basically, you full send the level 70 crafts early on when the mats are literally like 300k. You just full send, and then you upgrade straight into Horned Dragon later on. And thank you for the follow, Purse. Appreciate it. Like, true, like Star Dragon into Horned Dragon is gonna be the play, just to get the soul binds, because Star Dragon is gonna have 5 soul binds, so it's gonna be a better, more worthy transfer. Yeah. But I guess that's it. Clerics, you're gonna have to get Healing Light to level 20 to get half of the glory you had before the healing nerfs. And the Rangers, you know, have a free matchup against Cleric and Chanta, and Ranger might just become the best 1v1 class in the game after this. Genuinely. Like, I'm serious, by the way. Like, this change and the damage change, as well as this change, I think Ranger, unironically, is going to be the best 1v1 class in the game after this patch. Like, Evasion Ranger is probably going to be the best class in the game. So I guess GG's for the Rangers. Very cool. And yeah, the rest is kind of nothing. Ranger isn't going to have trouble against any classes, already doing well against Glad and Sin. Yeah, pretty much. Like, those buffs basically fill in all of the like small blanks Ranger had. Ranger's our main DPS. Yeah, especially with the anti-heal, Ranger is like incredibly valuable. I didn't hear the last part of what you said because of your alert. I mean, all I said is that Ranger is now the best 1v1 class in the game. Like, with this fix, with this change, right? Ranger is the best 1v1 class in the game. Now, don't get me wrong, Assassin and Gladiator are still fucking stupid. Life Leech is a bad game mechanic. But purely from a matchup perspective, in a 1v1, I don't think any class can beat Ranger anymore. Yeah. I just don't see which class is going to be able to beat Ranger with these changes. Genuinely. This is massive, right? Ranger is going to be incredibly tanky with this. And this is massive. Ranger already stacked status effect resist, so Ranger is going to be impossible to CC with this. Like, higher bind chance, more damage on bound target, and a permanent anti-heal. Rangers has ignore, block, and evasion, and those skills have life leech. Yeah. And this is Drill Dart, right? Drill Dart now is going to have life leech, evasion, blocking, no, anti-heal. 5-second cooldown. 0-second cooldown with Vasil. Incredible. Genuinely incredible. Yeah. I thought that satisfaction was small after looking at it. It's about 35%. Yeah, like, basically Ranger is going to be able to stack 200% status effect resist after this. Which is actually going to just make it straight up immune to everything. Yeah. On top of the original status resistance passive and revitalization contract, yeah. And revitalization contract is going to get stronger, by the way, because the healing reduction debuff is going to get reduced in PvP areas. So you're going to get 10% more from that. Was Korean Rangers struggling that much for them to justify buffing it? Not really. I think Korean Rangers are like actually doing really well overall. Like, I don't know where any of this came from. And you know, if anyone knows the Korean content creators and understand what they say, I wonder if you look up like videos, if some content creator bitched about Ranger and this is the result of that. Like, it's kind of crazy. Like, genuinely, I don't think Ranger needed any of this. Because these are purely PvP buffs, right? Yeah. Never understood why they would make a range class overpowered. Range is just too easy. There's no difference between range and melee in this game. There's not. Like, melees have infinite CCs and gap closer. The range is not an advantage in this game. Genuinely. What do you think about the Cleric now? Is it still worth playing? Cleric is a pile of garbage. And, you know, I tend to have more black and white opinions, but no, Cleric is just a pile of shit right now. It's useless in PvE, it's useless in PvP. Like, it's decent in group PvP, and that's about it. You have no reason to bring a Cleric for anything, and it's a worthless piece of garbage in 1v1. It has no redeeming factor, and they just keep nerfing it, so... As of right now, yeah, don't play Cleric. All I see is Sin nerf, honestly, on the Korean side. Yeah. I've heard a couple of Korean players say that as well. People I watch on Korea play Sin and Glad. I mean, that's what I said earlier, right? Like, when you look at Korean streams, all of them play Gladiator, Assassin, and Ranger. That's it. So, that's probably why these three classes get buffed, right? Because if NCSoft look at content creators and streamers for like feedback, then that's the only stuff they keep hearing, right? Said to have that because I love class healers. I mean, the class doesn't feel bad to play, but right now, relatively to the rest of the classes, it severely underperforms. We need different deep builds for classes like in Ion Classic. Different deep builds for classes like Ion Classic. What do you mean, different deep builds on Ion Classic? Ion Classic was as one-dimensional as Ion ever got. There was not multiple builds. It was very clear-cut. Ranger is also the most played class, I'm pretty sure, by a lot. Yeah, Ranger's pretty popular. Cleric doesn't bring enough to justify its presence outside of Prague. Even in Prague. Because the thing is, in Sanctuary, now that you can just infinitely self-res, well, not infinitely, but people can just, you know, self-res without the need of a Cleric, and Chanter is able to output more than enough healing on top of the life leech that every class has. You have no reason to bring a Cleric. You're just losing DPS, right? You're literally just losing DPS by bringing a Cleric. Like, the Smite debuff on Earth Punishment on Cleric is nice. It doesn't justify bringing a Cleric, though. I mean, the old Ion before 4.0. Yeah, you mean the 1.x, 2.x patches. The game was incredibly one-dimensional in these days. Like, the balance was terrible on the OG Ion. I think people forget how terrible the game was. like, don't get me wrong, like, Ion 2 has a rough balance right now, but OG Ion was absolute horse shit for balance. It just, the main difference is that obviously the bar was lower, and we had the fun of rifting, right? Like, the PvP content in itself was more fun and less restrictive on Ion 1, so, you know, we had more fun by doing stuff like that. And we also didn't know any better. That's why you remove this self-res trash and give it a point of having healer that can res you. I mean, I think having a life system or having self-res is fine, but they just need to, like, they just need to figure what the fuck they want to do with Cleric, because clearly they don't like the class. I still like Cleric, Chanter, Glad, and me. I don't know why I would replace Cleric at all. I mean, you don't have a reason to bring a Cleric. You don't. Like, maybe it makes you feel more comfortable, but Cleric doesn't give you anything. Like, the Torrent Shred and the Smite debuff on Cleric doesn't replace... Like, basically, it doesn't make up the damage differential from bringing another DPS, or bringing, like, a Templar or something if you don't have one. I wasn't playing other classes, but Templar had damage dealing build and tanky builds. I mean, every class played damage dealing, especially in Original AION. Like, all of them. Like, Templar... Well, first of all, Templar wasn't even a class in 1.x. Like, Templar was complete dogshit because the balancing was a nightmare in Original AION 1. But Templar always played a damaging build. I get more confidence looking at the Cleric icon. I see. Looping Cleric self-damage is good, though. Cleric's damage is inferior to Chanta, though. But it gives less to the group. Unless having Cleric allows you to green more. I don't know if it's a placebo effect. I mean, the thing with the output of damage in PvE in this game is either you don't get one shot, and then either a mix of potions, Chanter, and Life Leech can just bring you back up, or you get one shot, and then what you actually need is damage tolerance, which Chanter just gives you more of that than Cleric does. It's less than Chanter, but if you take both, Cleric is comparable to equal gear Templar. Yeah, but why would you bring a Cleric when you can just bring an Assassin or an SM? That's my point, right? You don't need the healing. Cleric doesn't bring you any extra support, right? So why not just bring an additional DPS? Templar might be a little better, arguing difference of a few percent. I just take whatever comes first, Templar, Cleric Templar. Hello, Kegi. I've never ever used the HP potion in PvE, it's always off. I feel like I will if I use consumables. Well, there you go. It's because healing in this game is completely meaningless. Like I'm sorry to be harsh, right? But it's something that you guys need to fucking hear, because every time I hear someone talk about Cleric, they're like, oh no, the class is fine, the class is fine. Cleric is a useless piece of garbage right now. It is. You have no... Bro, people have cleared the latest Sanctuary with 3 people, and a Chanter was healing. You can 3-man the latest Sanctuary with a Chanter. Why do you need a Cleric for anything? I would make community more demanding, toxic, without might fix some problems that we have right now. Fucking well, I mean, healing is absolutely worthless. Yeah, because Life Leech exists, and because Chanter has a strong healing kit, Cleric is useless. What did they tune into? I mean, it's the usual Kegi. At least they buffed Cleric a bit. This is not a buff. This is not a buff. This is forcing you to level Healing Light to level 20 to have half of what you had before the nerf. And it's not going to fix anything. Because, let me tell you this, Law. Let me tell you this. You're going to be able to cast Healing Light one more time. Great. Ranger is able to completely neuter your healing. And so is every class. If you do PvP as a Cleric, and you have an anti-heal on, when you try to heal yourself, it doesn't heal you. Why? Because healing reductions stack with the PvP effect. So you effectively have minus 100% healing received. So you use fucking Absolution and you heal yourself for 1000 HP. And I wish they went the Lost Ark router support, yeah. I thought it would be better than for now, but the thing is they haven't fixed anything, they just made it worse, so. If things don't get better, this game will never have enough Clerics. I mean, again, they have months, right, to fix it before Global comes out. It's just that, yeah. Look, at the end of the day, right, at the end of the day, I don't even want Cleric to give more buffs to the group. I don't even want Cleric to do more damage. I don't want any of that. I just want for Cleric to have some fucking use in the game, and something to itself, because Cleric is literally a worse healer. Cleric has less self-sustain than a fucking Gladiator in 1v1. Because Life Leech is a thing. Life Leech is the biggest fucking problem in this game to me. It is. Life Leech is a fucking abomination. Why have Life Leech in a Trinity game? It fucking ruins the Trinity system. It does. I don't think any game will be able to pull off class meter like Lost Ark. Actually, would Life Leech begin in 5.0 and start adding light skill? I mean, Life Leech in Iron 1 would never got to the level it is in Iron 2. Like, Life Leech in Iron 2 is actually fucking stupid. Every class is able to just fully self-sustain without getting healed ever. Both in PvP and PvE. And in PvP, it even gets ridiculous. With classes like Assassin, not basically never losing HP. If you can't pin an Assassin and kill them in 2 seconds, you will never be able to kill them because they can infinitely heal up. Gladiator is the same. And Gladiator has fucking 80,000 HP and insane tankiness. So you're never able to do that. Not all classes can, most can. Group PvP could be a thing that would motivate people to play a Cleric, but it's kind of garbage right now. Yeah, I mean, there's just no reason to play a Cleric in the game right now. That's all there is to it. Like, that's my point. There's no reason to play a Cleric. There's no reason. Not brave enough to make a joke about this right now. Yeah, probably don't. You know which class never sees the light of day and can't leech? Sork. Sork got a fairly sizable buff last time. I think Sork is not doing too bad. Like, Sork was actually bottom of the bin prior to the patch like a couple of weeks ago, but now it's okay. I mean, hey, Sork is an unbeatable matchup for Cleric now because Sork has an infinite healing reduction. So you're not able to heal yourself against Sorcerer anymore. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Sork's damage in PV at least was never on the lower end, right? It was a bit middling, but now Sork is actually like... It's pretty close to SM right now, right? Isn't it? I think Sork is doing pretty good in PvE DPS. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't really played with too many Sorks as of late. Have you noticed that online drive on servers? I mean, I wonder who's seeing this. Not really, no. I mean, it's... The amount of players playing is basically... It's a natural, like... decay. It's nothing out of the usual. But I'm not really struggling to find groups or anything, so yeah, not really. I think Sork is hot garbage, but I'm saying who do I know? I mean, Sork was a workable matchup as a Cleric. Now it's not, so I can't really tell you much more about that. I have seen Sork win against... basically, from what I've seen, Sork is able to kill Templar, Chanter, Cleric like fairly decently in PvP. I don't know how it fares against Gladiator. I would assume it probably still loses, but yeah. I don't get to play with classes other than Templar, Chanter, Cleric anymore, so I don't know where other classes are anymore. Well, best status for Cleric is block. Yeah, like defensively, yeah, block is it. The problem with building on Cleric is that basically you have 3 routes, right? It's either you go block, which is the most popular one. It's what your class leans into the most. Or evasion, which you lean less into, but at least evasion protects you against assassins as well. Because block doesn't work against assassins, right? So evasion can be valuable sometimes, but not always. And going full DPS, so accuracy and damage boost. But the problem with going full DPS as a Cleric is that you get folded in half by the entire cast of DPS when you do that. And your DPS is decent, but you're gonna lose the race against every other class. Like, you're gonna get outpaced in DPS, basically. So that's kind of where Cleric is sitting at in terms of like the building situation. Is the data mining starting already? I should probably update my game, actually. Hold up. The update available. Running game. Ah, yes, I see. Let me just... one of these. The typical bug. So yeah, long story short, block is the most popular stat for Cleric. Evasion is an option. It's an option. It's not a good option, but it exists. If you really want a defensive layer against Assassin. And full DPS is also an option if you actually want to be able to deal damage to people. How long is the maintenance? 3 hours. Damage boost Cleric just shows how broken Abyss Mana Stone PvP damage boost is. Remember, the Cleric got 2 taps in the area. Yeah, I mean, you know, that's another discussion, right? Damage boost should not be a stat on Mana Stones, but just throw it on the pile. You could have PvE damage boost on regular Mana Stones, but it should not be a thing in PvP. Running full PvP damage boost is always as good. And is whale only? Yeah, pretty much. Like, it's always going to be effective, right? But it's never going to be it's never going to be the solution on Cleric, because if you do that, like you put, let's say you have a complete whale Cleric, like 4.8k max gear, max accuracy and damage boost PvP mana stones, and you put that guy against a gladiator with the same gear, the Cleric's going to die in 3 seconds, and he's not going to be able to deal any damage. So it doesn't change anything, right? It doesn't really change the matchups. It just gives you a better leeway to kill lower gear players. But you're going to get folded in half by anything that has a little bit of gear. Whereas with block, at least you can, you know, survive and be a part of a group PvP. So yeah, pretty much same old, right? Nothing much is going to change, except that Gladiator and Assassins are probably going to bitch about Ranger, because Gladiator and Assassins are finally going to have to deal with a class stronger than them, so maybe they'll see how it feels. Yeah. Okay, well, I might have to make the video, because it looks like we have Sanctuary 3 stuff in the data mine. Which, speaking of, I'm going to end the stream now. So yeah, thanks for watching, short one today. I'm going to be back tomorrow with a full-length stream, so make sure to follow the channel on both Twitch and YouTube if you haven't already. And make sure to join the Discord as well if you want to follow the data mining in real time. I'll be you know what? Let me post the link in the. Let me post the link in the chat, because apparently the link is broken. I'll fix that after stream. But yeah, there's gonna be Sanctuary 3 data mining stuff. So look forward to that. But yeah, anyways, thanks for watching. Cleric is depression, and see you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day.